Good evening, YouTube. The snow continues to fall, as you can see. The cars around me, which have a very sizable layer of freshly fallen snow on top of them. And if you look up ahead to the right, I believe that is a snow clearing vehicle, which I'll give you a little look at as we pass by. This is about 7 or 8 hours after the previous video I showed you with the snowfall. I'm not sure why this vehicle has stopped. It might actually be that the cars are parked so close to the sidewalk that they don't have space to pass by. Hopefully he'll figure it out. And here's something interesting. These drivers, noticing that there's a big storm coming up, have decided to lift their windshield wipers so that they can avoid being frozen to the car hood. Come morning. Sorry, I just had to catch that guy throwing some snow at his friend. Hopefully it was a friend. Don't throw large chunks of snow at strangers. That's one thing I've learned in my life. Don't ask me how I learned that. I might have learned it the hard way. I cannot confirm or deny. But enough about my childish sense of humor. Let's look at these beautiful sights. Look at that stop sign. Just almost looks like it has hair on top. Now, if you have been to Montreal in the dead of winter, these sights might be a bit familiar to you. It's not like it's a rare thing for us to get snow up here. What does make this year a bit unusual, in my opinion, is how quick we changed from no snow at all to a winter wonderland. This time 2 days ago, there wasn't even a sprinkling of snow anywhere. It then started to snow and has continued to snow for the past 36 hours. Oh yeah. This street looks cool today. Just look across the street at the branches caked in snow, the Christmas lights, the mostly empty streets. This is the Montreal that everyone who lives here knows, but most people who most people who visit never get to see. One of the forgotten heroes of this society, the people who drive the snow trucks. We don't usually give them as much credit as, you know, firefighters or ambulance drivers or other essential workers, but on a day like this, without them, society would grind to a halt. Mind you, there are some people, namely children who don't want to go to school, or adults who don't want to go to work, who probably wish society would grind to a halt. I remember the days when I would fondly look forward to a snow day when they might cancel school. These days I get a snow day and the first thing I do is grab my camera and walk around talking to you guys. Life can change. Which side of the argument do you fall on? Are you someone who sees a big snow day and gets excited? Or are you someone who sees a big snow day and thinks, oh my god, what am I doing living here? Why did my ancestors decide to move somewhere so freezing and so snowy? Now here is an interesting question as well. Will this bike lane get used much now that the snow is here? It's kind of funny. You can see one single track where a cyclist has passed. One brave soul who made it down this hill since the snow fell. But the popular bike sharing system known as Bixie has actually decided to keep the bikes around for the winter for the first time ever this year. Which means, for myself and many others who use it, this could be our first experience with real winter biking. Now, I'll have to try biking in the snow a few times before I'm comfortable enough to hold a camera and bike and talk to you at the same time, but maybe one day I'll give that a shot. I don't know. It seems like an adventurous thing to do, but on the other hand, biking when you're shivering and there's cold wind in your face does take a bit of the joy out of it, you must admit. For the time being though, I'm enjoying using the bike path just to walk down because I don't have the best winter footwear at the moment, so it means I'm walking in a bit less of snow. Of course, if any bikes come down the hill, I will jump out of the way desperately to save my life. Another snowplow coming up ahead. You know, I was just talking with a friend today about how I think Montreal does a great job clearing the snow. She's someone who grew up in the city and said, oh, I don't know about that. People always complain about the snowplows in the city. I think that might just be a case of people like to complain about everything. I think for a city this size, I mean, take today as an example. A lot of cities would get surprised by a big snowfall and perhaps, you know, not have the vehicles ready for the first week in December. Maybe there'd be 24 hours of chaos before anything gets plowed as they desperately try to get the machines ready and try to get the drivers and try to plan the routes. That is not the case here. This is a city that deals with a lot of snow every winter and knows how to handle it. The snow is supposed to continue through the evening, so we'll have to see if tomorrow looks much different than tonight. But it is worth noting just how bright everything looks with the snow on the ground and with the clouds not being as dark as usual. Just before the snow fell, you know, a park like this would be almost a sketchy place at night. You couldn't see that well at all. But at the moment, it's a pretty inviting Christmas themed space. This is a nice looking street. Let's take a little walk down here. Another nice look at the clearing machines, the snow clearing machines. Snow plow. I don't know why I'm calling it a snow clearing machine. I wish we had a cone clearing machine to get rid of some of these guys. And if there is interest, I'll keep these snow walks going. It's a nice reminder for me to get out of the house and enjoy the change of season as well. So far, I'm really enjoying making these. Not sure if the people watching are fellow Montrealers or people who maybe live somewhere where you don't get as much snow, where you don't get any snow. Maybe for you this is something really unusual. Drop a comment, let me know where you're watching from. And yeah, I think that'll do it for today. As always, I'm Dan from The New Travel. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you next time.